Hey, my beautiful angels, it's Josie, and in this video, I want to share with you a story about angels. Many of you are asking me, Josie, have you actually seen an angel? With your own eyes, not in your mind's eye, not in your meditation. Have you actually seen angels with your own eyes? And I have so many stories to share with you. And I also want to hear your stories as well. I want to hear your own encounters with angels. Now, many years ago, when I was just starting on my path communicating with angels, I was so curious. I was so eager to know angels. I was actually asking angels to show up for me. I was an emergency room nurse, and many times I would be on my duty at a night shift, and just seeing energy everywhere. So I knew in my heart that we are surrounded by spirit energies, but I so wanted to communicate with angels. I had such a special bond with angels in my heart. I studied angels, and one day I was called to go to Sedona. I love Sedona. If you've been to Sedona, let me know in the chat room. If you've been to Sedona, you know how magical this place really is. There are beautiful canyons, and the valleys are just mesmerizing. And I know that this place is surrounded with beautiful angels. I've seen them just as floating lights everywhere, but I wanted to see them more. I wanted to have some kind of a physical connection, not just in imagination, but also physical connection. So I was hiking in Sedona once by myself. I was really deeply reflecting and meditating. It was early September. It was a really, really hot day. And if you ever been to Sedona in Arizona, it's quite hot and no tourists, especially in the afternoon. Not many people are actually traveling and hiking during the peak of the heat. But I felt like it was just a perfect time to be by myself, to watch the nature in its rawness and in its beauty. So I was hiking in these canyons and mountains, and I spotted this perfect space, a perfect kind of a rock. It was like a vortex of energy. You can feel it. This rock there was some energy floating in kind of a spiral manner around it. And I felt like this is it. This is where I should be situated. This is where I would just sit down for a few moments and download angels. I would download information and messages from angels. That's what I did. But in order for me to get to that rock, I had to do some climbing. It was not easy, but I did it. I so wanted just to be sitting on that particular rock, being surrounded by this spiral whirlpool of energy. And I was there on this beautiful rock, just sitting and meditating. And feeling angels by my side. And I'm just in my own world. If you've been there in your own world, you know what it feels like. And I have my rings. I always have my rings on my fingers. I have tons of different rings. And every ring has a very special story. So I just almost like took the the ring off my finger. Please, I love my fingers. And I was kind of like playing with it. And because it was just so hot, my hands were sweaty, and then the finger just let go, and the ring slipped through the fingers and it just fell on the ground. And I'm sitting there on this rock, looking down, thinking, okay, how am I going to get my ring? It's a special ring. I really want it back, but I didn't want to climb all the way down because it was quite a climb. But I also wanted to go in and pick up that ring. One way or another, I completely forgotten about it. And I kept on just meditating and sitting. And then I looked down and I couldn't even see my ring anymore because it was just kind of under small little rocks and then layers of dust. I thought, okay, you know what? I'll pick it up. I'll do it on the way down. It's okay. And I kept on just meditating and communicating with angels. And then in the distance, I see these two men just hiking. In the distance, I could see them, but not particularly, they're minding their own business. And I'm right there by myself thinking, you know what? Maybe I should start getting down because I really don't know what's going on, in this space. And anyways, everything is good. Everything is perfect. Those two men just kept on hiking, passed me by, went on their own way. And I spent probably about 20 minutes or so sitting on that rock. And I see them coming back from wherever they were. They were just hiking back. And I thought, okay, it's time for me to go. So I climbed down, I grabbed my stuff, and I was pretty much, I've forgotten all about the ring. And then just climbed down, picked up my bags, my camera, and I went on. And as I was leaving, there's this beautiful space. I thought, okay, let me just stop and take a couple of pictures, just a few pictures of the canyon because it'll just look so beautiful. And in moments, I hear somebody calling my name. It's almost like a voice behind me was calling my name, and I turn around, and I see these two men standing before me, and I'm by myself, and these two guys standing right there before me. And one of them had this in his hands. And he said, "Did you lose this? This is your ring. I want you to give it back to you." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I could not believe it was unbelievable. Like, first of all, who are these people? Really, who are they? How could they find my ring in the dust? And then how did they know it was my ring? I never really talked to them. We never had a conversation. I never spoke to them. They were quite far when I left that space. So there was a moment when I was okay. I thought I will never ever see them again. But somehow, just almost instantly, they were right there behind me, giving me back my ring. And to me, it was like the story was unbelievably just almost shocking. It's like, are you kidding me? Is this even possible? So, anyways, they gave me my ring back. And then they left, but they left so quickly. And I was kind of under the trance. I was in the trance. I couldn't, like, I was looking at the ring, like, oh my goodness, how did this? It came back to me. Angels brought this ring back to me. And then I turned around and those two guys were gone. They just disappeared. I don't know who they were, where they came from. And I had this really strong sense of presence. I felt like angelic energy was with me. I felt like angels were really by my side. And they were just helping me. And because I asked for a sign, because I asked for a specific maybe situation that will allow me to experience like a real miracle. Because I remember I was asking, I want to see a real miracle. Real miracles. It shocked me. I told angels, show me something, give me a sign that would shock me. So that was the sign for me. I've learned a lot, but I also still to this day I'm looking at this ring and I still have no idea how someone could find this ring in like amongst like thousands of little rocks and bring it back to me. Like that's not possible. It doesn't fit in. There's nothing that I can say to myself to let my logic explain the situation. So I know that you guys also have so many stories about angels. And I would love to share your story. So, in the comments below, here's what I'd love you to do. I want you to share your story about your encounter with angels, like in a real life situation. It could be moments when you had maybe like an accident and then just suddenly you felt the presence of angels. Perhaps there were stories like mine, like you just heard me saying. That's also possible. Now, it doesn't even matter if in your opinion, is a small story or a big story. Just share it. I really want you guys to start thinking of bringing your energy into the world, and you have angelic energy in you. You have angels working with you. You have angels guiding you every single day. There's so much that you can really share with the world. And because now we can really bring together, we can have this community of angels and earth angels, of course, and we can generate so much more love. We can help this planet to shift, because you know this is exactly what's going on, and you have so much power. If you have a story to share, in the comments below, do share your story about angels. And what I will do, I will share your story with others in my next videos. I will read out your story. We'll have like an angel story time together. And I promise you, I will read out your story and let other people know. So we will have even more angelic energy and all the good things and blessings coming. So my angels, now it's 11:11, right the time of this video. And I am so happy, and I'm sending you lots of love, and I can't wait to hear your stories. Much love. It's Josie.